Hello, how are you doing on this fine Friday? It's May! Can you believe it's May already? Holy cow, that is unbelievable. So I'm just gonna let you get settled in. Grab your favorite drink if you can. It's best to have a drink with you just for this chat because the mindfulness practice we're going to do today is going to be involving your favorite beverage. I'm gonna be drinking some kombucha today. I love this one. It's raspberry flavored. It's really good. So grab a drink, get settled in, all that great stuff. I have to light my incense here. I forgot. I bought these incense off Amazon, and I got like 7 different scents, and I'm in heaven. It's marvelous. I should probably be lighting them with matches, I think, but anyways, so hello again. If you can please grab a beverage if you don't have one with you already, because the mindfulness practice we're going to do today, we're going to be using our drinks to do this mindfulness practice. So just a couple more minutes, let you settle in, grab that drink if you need it. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the comments section. Just give a little shout out. Thank you for those that did show up today. That is lovely, and I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so today's little talk is about meditation and mindfulness to help relieve the restless mind and all the stress and anxiety that I think everybody's dealing with today. So we'll talk a bit about what meditation is, what mindfulness is, and then I'll talk about some of the mindfulness practices that I like to do, and then some other extra ones maybe that would be better suited for you and your lifestyle. And at the very end, we're gonna go through a mindfulness practice together. Hi, Molly. Hi, Holly. Oh, your name is Ryan, the first 2 people. That's great. I love that. Thank you for joining me. So, meditation, if you don't know what that is, meditation is the practice of trying to balance your mental, physical, and emotional well-being of your body. Okay? And then mindfulness is the practice of trying to stay in your present moment. They do go together, but not always. They can be separate depending on the practice that you're doing. So I'm going to be talking more about a mindfulness meditation versus mindfulness and meditation separate, but I will talk a little bit about them separate as well, not to confuse you. Okay. So I find through this whole COVID-19 situation, I am definitely needing to meditate more than I normally do. I normally do about like 10 to 20 minutes every day, and now it's more like 20 to 40 minutes every day that I'm meditating. I do recommend, though, when you start out with smaller goals of like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, rather than trying to go all out and do like a 10-minute, because then you might end up getting frustrated with yourself in the end. So, why mindfulness is so important right now is it's a strategy to actually calm your mind and let go of anything in the past or the future and stay right in your present moment. And if you're in your present moment and you're just worrying about where you are, the smells that you smell, what you're hearing, the taste in your mouth, what you can see if you don't have your eyes closed, that's going to keep you centered and you're not going to have anything to worry about. So you can actually let your mind relax and stop that, hamster wheel that might be going on in your head. Okay. So it's also a good way to reset yourself. So I don't know if you're having a really bad day, and even if you're really angry and you sit down and you meditate, it makes it easier to mindfully let go of all that energy. So I first found out about mindfulness actually doing a course called DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, used mostly for people with borderline personality disorder. and sometimes for people with bipolar disorder as well. So this helps you to learn this specific skill as a coping skill towards dealing with crisis situations. So if, for instance, I, for some reason, was out at night and I was out drinking and I got really, really upset and I was going to start, drinking too much, which is definitely one of my prior coping skills. I can pick one of these mindfulness activities to do. And one of the big ones is to look around and evaluate 5 things that you see, and 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you smell, 2 things that you taste, and 1 thing that you touch. That's one of the big ways to take down those crisis emotions with mindfulness. But mindfulness can also be good for a lot of other things. It can reduce stress and anxiety. It helps to reduce crisis brain, like I said. It can help you build patience with yourself and with other people, because sitting there and remaining seated for 10 minutes and keeping your brain just centered can be quite a task, actually. And you have to be very patient with yourself to allow yourself to go through this process. So it can build patience. It's also a great way to practice self-love using positive affirmations. And simply just remain balanced. I use it every day as a way to keep myself mentally balanced. So now that's the benefits of mindfulness. We're going to go on to how to execute a mindfulness practice. So I have a few steps here. This is going to be different for everybody, and you might already have a mindfulness practice that you like. These are just some options and what works for me. So I always start out by taking a few really big deep breaths and centering myself. And then I use a thing that actually one of my therapists taught me a few years ago, and it works like a gem. It's like you literally just sit there and go the, and eventually you don't think of anything, because it's not one of those words that connects automatically to anything. So you say it over and over and over again. Eventually, everything else just melts away, and you find a way to find a blank slate to start your meditation off with. It's awesome. I also use it to fall asleep. So then I try and do like a little check around my surroundings. So look around, see what's around me, really like focus and do deep breaths on like, oh, look, that plant's pretty. Oh, there's a painting. Okay, cool. And then like what I smell, what I hear. And I take one last deep breath, let it go, and settle into whatever my mindfulness practice is for that day. So a couple different ways you can meditate are as follows. So you can do box breathing, which I think a lot of people have heard of. Oh, my hair's falling out. That's cool. Called box breathing. So you breathe in for 4 and out for 4. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna try it together. I can't tell if you're doing it, but we're gonna hope that you're doing it at home with me. So you wanna make sure you're nice and straight, sitting up straight. And you're just gonna simply breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. In through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is box breathing, which is specifically really, really good for people that are suffering from anxiety. Okay, it will really help you to bring your heart rate down and settle those like anxious feelings in your body. Another one is blowing up balloons, which sounds like actual balloons. So in your mind, you're gonna close your eyes and you breathe in, think of something negative that's happening, and you're gonna blow the balloon up. And you do that as many times as you can until the balloon is big enough that you can let it go and it floats away. This is a really good way to let go of your negative emotions, which is more of the meditation part, and then you're going to go into a mindfulness practice after that. Does this make sense, everybody over there? So far, do you have any questions? Is this making sense? I really hope it is. Okay. So the one that we're actually going to do today is you can practice doing mindfulness by drinking something. So first, we're all going to find a comfortable seated position where we're not going to wiggle around or wiggle our feet or wiggle our toes, somewhere where we can sit very, very still. I'll give you a couple minutes just to get into that position. Sometimes it's hard, depending on how you're feeling today. I'm a little bit sore, so I've got to wiggle around a bit. Okay. Good. Okay, so settle in. Now we're going to start off by taking deep breaths. I want you to take your hands, reach your arms over your head, in through your nose, and back down and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. A couple more times. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Last one, I want to bring your hands to heart center. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. Good. Very, very nice. So for our mindfulness practice, I'd like you to grab your drink. I have kombucha. We're going to close our eyes. And for 30 seconds-ish, you're going to smell your kombucha or your tea or maybe your wine, whatever you're drinking. You're going to taste it. Maybe even put it up to your ear and listen to the way it sounds when you swirl it in your glass. But you're going to try and focus only on what's happening with your drink. If a thought comes in that's from the past or the future, you're going to just let it go with no judgment. At first, when you do this, you're probably going to be like, oh no, I thought about something. Oh no, that wasn't right. But try to let your judgment go and just let the thought float on by and go back to your mindfulness practice. Okay? So here we go. 30 seconds. Grab your drinks. And we're just going to give it a smell. I'm going to do a little bit of commentary about what I'm experiencing while I'm doing it. And hopefully yours goes just as well. Okay, so here we go. Smells like raspberries, which makes me happy. Oh, I just thought about what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going to let that go. I love the bubbles in my mouth. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. That's it. That is a mindfulness practice. You take 30 seconds out of your day and just focus on one thing. It's not necessarily like getting on your yoga mat on your floor and like sprawling out in your shavasana. Doesn't need to be that. Just simply taking a drink of something or walking down the street and just focusing on your your feet hitting the pavement or the trees around you. Anything like that is a mindfulness practice. So I challenge you to do a 1 to 5 minute mindfulness practice every day for the next week. And then we can check back in next Friday. And hopefully some of you have taken on the challenge. If you have any questions now about mindfulness or meditation, please let me know. I'll let you give you a couple minutes to comment if you do have any questions. So yeah, mindfulness has been one of the best coping strategies I have ever learned going through my battle with bipolar. It's one of the most amazing things. It does take time to cultivate the skill and to practice it. And yes, it can seem boring and very challenging at some points, but I promise you it is 100% worth it. Okay? So that's it. That's all I have to say today. I hope to see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It was lovely to have a chat with you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend in the sunshine. Fabulous, isn't it? Ciao.